So the first Blaufränkisch, Lemberger.
Also
What we're doing is the Wohlfahrtsberg. We had the same wine from 2020 in the cellar.
Yeah.
So Löwenstein, it's 35 kilometers in the north from here. It's a half hectare. It's one of the oldest Lemberger parcel in our winery. 2002, it was a very short maturation on the skins. I think it was 19 days.
Okay.
Then straight to the barrels. It was aged in 500 with the oak barrels. It's 100% used oak.
And you already said it in the cellar, but you use open fermenters mostly,
Yes.
right? So very oxidative winemaking.
Yes, and with a lot of remontage.
But then you also use less sulfur, probably, right?
Yes, that's right. We had the first time when we add the sulfur is maybe a half year after the harvest, but it's very, very small with 15 or 20 milligrams. And then the next adding is before we bottling, but very minimal. We have maximum is 30, 35 milligrams.
Wow. And you are organic since 2018, since the vintage 2018, correct?
Yes.
What was the consideration? Why did you choose organic? What do you think it brought to you in terms of winemaking or in the vineyards? What changed?
I think it's a very long process to see what changed after the change to organic farming. But the thing is the soils and the wines are getting much healthier. So that's the thing. So the soils healthier, so the quality is getting better and better.
But you also already read your website, so
yeah.
And you also mentioned that you use minimal copper also in the vineyard, so not a lot of copper, so Kupfer.
Yeah.
And why do you? Oh, because a lot of conventional winemakers have this kind of copper thing that they think it's the devil.
But without the copper, the organic farming doesn't work.
Yeah. So. And then what do you maybe notice in a wine that it has been farmed organically, or maybe it's conventional wine? So do you also see maybe the difference in terms of final wine? So do you see maybe the flavor changed in your wines since you are organic?
No, not in this short time, I think. I think it's a very long process.
Okay.
To smell or taste this.
But since 2015,
we changed to organic farming in 2015, and we are certified since 2018.
Yeah. Okay. And you, before 2015, you also used spontaneous fermentation or wild?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
We did. Yes. We started with the first wild fermentations in 2007, 2008.
Okay.
So we did the first experiments, 2 in the vineyards with organic farming on the first parcels, 2 in 2008 and 2009. And 2015, we changed the whole winery to organic farming. So it was not completely new in 2015 for us, the organic farming.
Because a lot of people say that before they changed to organic, they could not ferment the wines with native yeast, with white yeast, because they didn't have enough, or they killed it kind of in the vineyard.
Was not a problem.
So that's kind of, and I could say that Andi Knauß said that it's a lie.
No. You cut this.
Yeah, but that's more on the darker side. So
yes,
that's kind of huckleberry, kind of this nice, kind of white dark berry kind of smell. Very nice, and it has a bit more density, so not so feminine than the Pinot Noir was. I would say a bit more masculine. bit more weight to it. But the alcohol, I feel the alcohol kind of more, but I think it's not the alcohol, but the weight kind of. It's more powerful, I would say, on the palate. So it's not so feminine that the Pinot Noir was.
So the aromatics, but it's not alcohol.
Yeah,
it's same alcohol how the beer.
Yeah,
how the Spätburgunder is.
But somehow more powerful, more masculine. So one step further, I would say.
Yeah, it's the grape variety.
Yeah.
Too, So now we can taste the Altenberg. It's a big difference of the two Lembergers.
Yeah, it's not the alcohol because it's not burning at all. So, but it has some kind of. It's cooler, right? It's a cooler side. What you said.
Yes.
Because the acidity is. My mouth is still watering, so it's still there.
It's very juicy.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, you want to try it? You should. I think I'm gonna drive her. So that's the Altenberg, right?
That's the Altenberg Lemberger. It's the same vintage. It's 2018 too. So this wine is much higher how the Wohlfahrtsberg. The Wohlfahrtsberg is on 250 centimeters, and the Altenberg is on 340, 350 on Stubensandstein. So it's a very different soil.
Yeah.
This from the style, it's much more warmer, hotter style, and it's full body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has more, I don't know, it has some more dried character, I would say. So dried berry notes. I didn't feel the dried notes with the other ones. So it's
the style of wine is much more ripe.
Yeah, true. But the alcohol is the same, right?
No, it's not the same. It's 35.
Ah, okay. Because I didn't get the alcohol in the nose, so it's not very well integrated.
It's much more elegant when you taste the wines, how in the nose, I think.
Yeah, and it's much riper, yeah. I would put it in a completely different terroir. Wow, but it's really, now comes the juiciness now. So it's not, the other one was really a kind of almost acidity driven, I would say. But it has a lot more riper kind of berry notes and.
Yeah, but it's so different. So it
really,
makes a lot of sense to bottling two wines.
Yeah, and almost this kind of tea aroma. So hip tea or almost like black tea aromas. But already in the nose, it's almost like this Earl Grey kind of character. And this is what I sometimes get in very ripe, like kind of hotter climates. But the winemaking was almost the same, or?
So we have here a little bit new oak, 10 or 15%, but the winemaking is the same from this wines.
Which one is your favorite?
For me, my favorite is the Wohlfahrtsberg.
Yeah?
I think yours too.
Yeah. You guys said right.
But both are very, very good wines.
Yeah.
Different way.
Yeah, different way. You said it right. Yeah. This one I would more pick for red meat, to be honest. And the other one is more like gamey, like kind of savory. This wine was more savory. The Wohlfahrtsberg.
Wohlfahrtsberg.
Wohlfahrtsberg, yeah. It has a more like, it had an edge, so to say. Had more corners. It's a bit more smooth, maybe. But here the oak also gives a like kind of a hint, a bit more complexity. So the oak notes is really palpable that you use, I think, first field, but really the wine has enough weight to
that's true.
to be integrated.
Yeah,
so